Yeah, Boone, obviously, it is pretty cold out here, and silly old me, I forgot my gloves again. But nothing us Canadians can't handle, as we did make our way to a daytime high today of -3 degrees. But I'd love to hop in my time machine and travel back 365 days ago, because on that day, it was 12 degrees. Speaking of time machines, I'd love to go back to our record high of when it was 1885 and it was 19 degrees out. That was actually the year that Doc Brown and Marty McFly traveled back in time in Back to the Future 3, so maybe I'll have to call up them and see if they want to go on a trip to somewhere warmer. Welcome back. Obviously, Calgarians are a little bit confused by the weather systems that have been going on right now. It's kind of that mid-time when spring is kind of rolling around and it's freezing things but also melting them at the same time. But we're going to dip into the Alberta weather just a little bit later on. Now, looking at the west coast here, they're experiencing a little bit of a cold front out there with the low pressure system mixed in. So that's actually why we're seeing some precipitation there, but nothing out of the norm. As we make our way a little bit more east, there's a little bit of a low pressure system in there, which is cooling things down, but they're seeing sun as well, so that's nice. Over in Toronto is where they're actually on the outskirts right now of a warm front, so things are starting to cool off there, and Montreal is just on the brink of that warm front as well. And working our way up into the corner as we get into Halifax as well as St. John's, it is pretty cool and it is raining there as well. But one place it is definitely not raining is at the resorts. Escape the winter tundra that is Canada, as all the resorts offer a variety of better weather. Barbados is the hotspot with the sun shining. Honolulu is putting on a bit of a show there if you're a storm enthusiast. And although it's cooler, it's still t-shirt and shorts weather down in Vegas. Currently in Calgary right now, it is -9, and we have seen a lot of cloud coverage throughout the day. The pain in the butt right now is that south wind coming at 24 kilometers an hour, and looking ahead to this evening, it's not looking like that cloud coverage is going to dissipate. Now, as we take a look at the Alberta map here, up in Fort McMurray, obviously they're not seeing much of weather systems going on right there, but they are seeing sunny temperatures, which is nice for them. But working our way down we get into western Alberta is where we're starting to see that little bit of a warm front is starting to make its way into the Banff and Calgary area. So things are going to start to warm up there in the next few days. Down in Medicine Hat, they're also seeing some sunshine, but places where we're seeing a little bit of weather systems going on is where we're talking about the areas like Red Deer and Grand Prairie, where they're seeing a little bit of fog in that area. So definitely be careful on the road. Now, looking at the 5-day forecast, as mentioned, we are going to see some cloud coverage tonight, and heading into the weekend, that's where we're really going to start to see things change, as it's going to start to warm up. But one place that is definitely not warming up is at the ski resorts. Unfortunately, if you're trying to catch some sun and slopes, you're out of luck. However, the hills are still ready to shred at the resorts. 99% of the runs are open at Lake Louise. Don't be deceived by the name. The Sunshine Resort is still cloudy, but looking calm as all the slopes are open there. Norquay had 1 centimeter of fresh snowfall overnight and are expecting scattered flurries throughout the day. Fernie tops Norquay as they were hit by 3 centimeters overnight and are saying the run of the day for those of you hitting the hill is Curry Powder. Panorama is the hotspot amongst the ski resorts above zero. However, with the warm weather is bringing rain, so it's making things a little slick there. And at Big White, bundle up as there's a slight wind in the area. However, along with the wind, there's a partial snowfall, making it favorable for some good times on the hill.